Quick, put on the songs, Heavy. That's not appreciating. Ah! Okay, cool. Okay. Did you know I have family? Did you know I prefer my family tells me ahead of time when they decide to show up to my door? But they didn't this time. I'm okay with that. It's just a little annoying. I'm angrily shaking my fist. And for some reason I'm thinking about Don Keyshot. People don't have respect for good old Don Keyshot no more. Anyway, let's not beat around the bush. Today we got a short chapter and a big chapter, probably. I imagine chapter 11 is going to go back to normal. I've been reading more of Fallen Down, and all I can say is that Fallen Down, I'm at what chapter? Like 5, 6? And it's it's still not good, but it's stabilized, and I got my hands on another fic that apparently the guy thinks is good, and it's someone's first, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm willing to look at someone's first. And I want to be nice about it. It's called Picking Up the Shards. It has 5,000 words per chapter, which I've said before. If you go for a reasonable amount of words per chapter, you've already earned the special boy Safi points of you're not that fucking stupid. But holy shit, just looking at this. Oh, those are a lot of those are a lot of paragraphs that don't start with I. I'm optimistic about picking up the shards. Although apparently I've been told that the second half of the first chapter is just Inko being a little weenie and musing. But you know what? I'm all for taking a look at someone's first that's open and honest. And also, this person's like straight up like, listen, this English is not my first language. Which apparently is abbreviated to ESL. You're late. I'm supposed to be a top guy. He's known for punching boulders. Listen, Senator, I've just said, family showed up. I was thrust into a corner. I've got things after this. I've got things after that, and I got things after that. I almost froze in a chilly breeze. A really cold breeze froze me to the ground. Things were not great. I'm in a mess. It's a mess. I can't stop thinking about those beans. What I would love to say. I've also been told that apparently... Never mind that. I'm just kind of giggling about silly things. Anyway, reject family. You have slop to read. Ugh. Listen. Okay, listen. I give this stuff a lot of shit. But I wouldn't call it slop, per se. I think that with AI, we've set a brand new barrier for slop. And, like, I've seen enough AI writing to know that, at the very least, this is a different kind of slop. It's a kind of slop that... I've seen AI writing, man, and that shit has... If you know how to read and how to write, your brain just tunes in, and it's like, I know it. You can't explain it to someone, but you just get that gut feeling. Like, because AI really is just one voice. Because it is all voices jammed together. So logically, you can recognize it. You can recognize the generified version of the internet. But I think that this kind of... someone wrote this, right? Someone went through the trouble to write this down on a page and make something out of it. That's not slop. I feel like slop implies that you didn't give a shit. And if you're putting 10,000 words to paper, you at least hit a bunch of keys 10,000 times. So, congratulations. Actually, because of how words work, you've probably hit them about 50,000 times. So, 50,000 keystrokes, assuming you don't have to erase anything. Alright. I don't know what I want to do. The slop bar has been lowered so far. It can only be done by automation. Only a machine could dig low enough to lower the slop bar. You thought My Immortal was bad. We've invented a machine to make it even worse! I wonder what ChatGPT would in fact print out if you asked it to write you My Immortal. What would it generate? What would come out the other end? Would it even be shit? Could an AI even mirror that level of disgusting? Because that's intentional, and AI is not very intentional, so it lacks that. All I'm saying is, I don't think that learned language models have the necessary power and insight, or anything really, needed to generate intentional garbage. They just can't. And if they can, I'm baffled. I'd be utterly baffled. I still think they couldn't, though, because, like, you need to really understand a bunch of stuff to write some primo quality. You can't break the rules if you don't know them. And how can you find the rules if all you do is read fucking Reddit comments? You're gonna learn nothing. So did you end Frank rest of the bingo card? If Franquist shows up in this chapter, I'm gonna be so pissed. Why does this man keep showing up? Get him out of here! I found myself running through the streets at the time, fast approaching for my meetup with Amber. Oh, we were in Rachel. I thought we were like memories of future past. Thought we were gonna be with that other girl. What was her name again? It wasn't Sierra. Hold up, I need to refresh myself. Inko, why is your song so damn derpy? Yeah, Rachel was the future. And Sienna is the past. Gosh, why's time gotta be so confusing? Doctor Who, I need your help. Come on! Oh wait, no, we don't voice Rachel. So do I just not voice the entire fucking chapter then? Oh wait, I do. Wait, okay, what are we gonna do with Rachel? Let's just... Listen, it's not a big chapter, okay? Compared to, like, most stuff. Let's roll up those sleeves. Come on, Rachel, just a little bit more. Despite having agreed on the time for a couple of days now, I like the rush of barely being on time. Hardly a respectable trait, one that has got me in trouble many times before. But this sets time specifically for me to enjoy myself. Jesus Christ, just Kiss already! My name is Rahel Ilhana. I love it when characters introduce themselves like that. Inko's song, Idiot Baby being introduced to the world. I mean, oh my goodness! What is this? That's $1, Inko. I thought they make denominations that small? What do you think dollars are? Well, I've seen Benjamin. I've seen Ulysses S. Grant. I think that's a $50, right? Hold up. We need to look up US dollar bills. Yes! I knew it! USS... Yeah! Ulysses S. Grant is on a $50 bill. Inko does not know anyone other than Benjamin and Grant. He might have seen Andrew Jackson once, and he was baffled. But he's never seen Hamilton and below. I think Lincoln's on the penny. Yeah, Lincoln's on the penny. Inko doesn't even know Lincoln is a president. He's like, oh well, the Civil War man, right? Izuna from Izana. Inko, what the hell? Oh, I thought this was like Monopoly money. That's $1, Inko. What? Why is this? Who's this funny man that's on this bill? That's George Washington, Inko. Do you not know one of the founding fathers? Oh, it just looks like an old man with a funny wig. And then they like take out random bills to see which one Inko recognizes. Just to fuck with him. Apparently Lincoln is also on the $5 bill. Why is he also on the petty? You have enough presidents. Let's see. Apparently there's a $500. I imagine he's seen one of those. Who's on that one? Oh, it's a gold certificate. I don't even count them. Man, that's weird. Man, these are weird bills. Get these out of here. I'm scared. The $5,000 bill had James Madison. The $1,000 bill, it doesn't say. Robert Morris? I've never heard of that guy. Mayor of New York, DeWitt Clinton appeared on 2 other versions. Chief Justice of the United States, John Marshall? Not even a president? Come on, you have so many presidents. Apparently there's a 10,000, 100,000. I don't know what these were for. Portrayed Andrew Jackson. Well, fair enough. What were these for? The estimated value of the $100,000 is because of inflation. It's like $2 million. What the hell? Woodrow Wilson? At least that's a president. At least that's a fucking president. What are these small metal discs? I'm offended by their existence. Inko, stop calling us poors. Have you never seen Woodrow Wilson on a bill? Come on. Inko, cheap moneybags. Listen, if I don't have enough Benjamins to make a nice, decent club, like, if I don't have enough Benjamins to make a soccer club, I don't even care. That's 11 for you Americans, by the way. My name is Rachel, and I've always been an energetic kid. Honestly, my father has never shut up about how much of a handful I was back then. And I'm still... Why do we talk about Rachel? Rachel is in the future. She literally cannot affect the current situation. Like, I get wanting to expand your characters, but fuck, man. Maybe write the story about those fucking characters instead. And I'm still kind of one. He says it as a joke, but I feel it's more of a half-truth. He often tells me that as I get older, I start resembling my mom more and more. I never got to meet her. She died shortly after giving birth to me, but I've seen photos of her in the photo album my dad keeps around. From the looks of it, I inherited my hair color from her, but my father reassures me that I also received her spirit, since she also used to love running around. He says that it was hard to get to know her, because she would run at every opportunity she got, resulting in my dad having to chase her just to get a word in. Considering that Sienna's mom dies, what a weird connection. Being just the two of us was slowly growing. Oh, hold on, I need to turn this music down a little bit. It's just a little loud. Inko, stop dominating the conversation. That sounds creepy, not gonna lie. What sounds creepy? Sorry, I'm like in a whole other dimension. So your cute little comments will fly over my head. Being just the two of us, it was lonely growing up. It didn't help that I often had to scare off... Oh, wait. It didn't help that I would often scare off the... Yeah, she's saying that she... know, it sounds something intentional about it. Maybe it's just me. It would scare off the other kids at kindergarten because of how hyper I was and my habit. You're in kindergarten. Why the fuck would being hyper scare them off? And my habit of just running around ever, often injuring myself in the process. It wasn't until I entered elementary school that something different happened. I still remember the day. So, if are Rachel and Sienna both going to have the... No, wait. Hold up. I just realized something. And no. I got my head all mixed up. It's entirely... Is Sienna Rachel's mom? So Sienna dies? And then Sienna's mom's... That's fucked up. That'd be so fucked up. If, like, Sienna and her mom both died, and, like, everyone lusts after... Everyone thinks Amber's so cute, and they keep dying. Amber, stop murdering everyone! It was the first day of elementary school. All the kids met each other over the course of the first few hours, and the teacher felt like taking us outside to the playground to build on that. It became a mishmash of kids running around having fun. With whoever they could, I was happily running around playing tag with whoever I touched. At first, those I tagged would run after me, joining in my fun. But soon they said they couldn't catch up to me, and they'd go and do something else. Rachel, you're what's called autistic, and you are incapable of understanding that the fun of tag is to be caught. After several tries of getting a decent game of tag, I found myself alone. I haven't been tagged once. Rachel! Have you considered that people don't like it when they lose? They are tiny little shithead baby kids. They got isekai back like Amber. I can't believe that Sienna got teleported back in time to solve her own mother's death. Or help her own mother meet her dad, and it just goes backwards recursively like that. Thanks, Amber. Weirdo. I'm there. God, fuck you, Senator, for reminding me of that. Ah! Senator never, ever fails to just annoy me. What a masterful king. What a legend. What a man who will go down in the annals of history. And then every fucking time I open the annals of history, I see his name and I have to frown about it. Ah! I can't even enjoy the annals of history anymore like this. After several tries, okay. Feeling so sad that no one wanted to play with me because I keep owning those fucking losers. Ugh. Why don't those fucking noobs, those absolute fucking... just accept that I'm the best? Why would anyone be friends with me when I tell them that they fucking suck and should go to hell? I'm being friendly! I sulkily went to sit in the corner of the big playground, hugging my knees. My little kid brain couldn't help but ask why nobody liked me. I mean, your little kid brain's pretty stupid. Holding back tears. I just sat there, out of sight and out of everyone's minds. Oh, hold on, we need to find a nice melodramatic song. Man, I never get to use this song. Fuck it. Let's go with the extra sad one. And yours next. My forks! Stop forking history.
Feeling so sad that nobody wanted to play with me, I so could sit in the corner of the playground. Hugging my knees, my little kid boy couldn't help but ask why no one liked me. Holding back tears, I just sat there, out of sight of everyone and out of everyone else's mind. After a while, I heard footsteps coming in my direction. A small white bull dino with wings came out of view shortly after.
I like how you describe it like a fucking horror monster.
They kept getting closer and closer, stopping right as they got next to me. Our eyes met, but nothing was said, so I avoided my eyes and continued to sulk. I'm such a sad banana. To my surprise, I felt a brief touch on my shoulder.
Tag. You're it.
At that, they started running away. Gaining fair distance from me. I get all a look at confusion as to what's going on.
I like how many people in this fic are like extremely complimentary about using they as the gender neutral pronoun. Man, the future year of 2044 is miles ahead of anything. What a strange new world. Language has changed. Who knew? Does that all the time. And then you hear the mystery person admit, Miss Chris is Steve. Get out of here.
Seeing as I was still sitting down, they called out to me.
Come on. What are you waiting for?
It was at that moment that I first felt truly happy. All the dark clouds that were surrounding me were dispelled and placed them a smile I can never forget. I got out to my feetsies, and which made them start to run away. Putting one foot into the other, also started running after them. Soon enough, I was gaining. They were a quick one, but I was quicker. As I reached out with my hand to tag them, square in the back. I only need one last burst of speed. Hey, leg. You're it! As I managed to speed up enough to take him square in the back.
Yes, you literally just said that.
The force I put it was so much he fell frontwards.
Frontwards? They just fell over.
The only saving grace was that one scene in that concrete as they planned. Holy shit!
I can't believe Amber fucking died.
Whole fight, I went over to them.
You're next to them. You pushed them. What do you mean walking over to them?
Having just pushed the only one that wanted to play me in the playground accidentally, I was close to crying.
Oh no, my supervillain backstory is reaching fruition. Now I must destroy the tri-state area.
Can't believe this happened. Seeing as how they had their bleak, the way they were drawing down on the ground just freaked me out even more. With a groan, they lifted their head off the ground.
They spit out the
fucking hamburger sandwich and looked to the side of the house. Seeing as I was crouched next to them, one of my hands was near them, ready to reach out. Instead of grabbing it, they touched it quickly and got it, nothing happened.
I can't believe Amber gave you the fucking clap. Amber, you're 3 years old. How the fuck could you know to do this?
I could only watch in shock as they put some distance between us and started to face me. Their face was a sandy mess. The sweat making me stick to them.
Man, can we please stop talking about sweaty kids getting sand all over them? I don't want memories of being at the beach. God, Anakin was not wrong. Sand sucks.
I even got into a couple of scrapes. It was about a couple of scrapes with the sunset with the hamper you yelled out.
You're it. Again. Why is Amber like this, right? Hold up. I feel an urge to call this out. So Amber is athletic, she's sporty, she's rather tough, and apparently doesn't give a shit. She's friendly, she's approachable, she's polite, she's well-mannered, she's apparently not stupid, so she's not dumb. At most, she's a little lazy, but she's quite dedicated to her friends. Like, Amber has way too many, like, standout qualities that are evident and visible to the reader in ways that are just goofy. I feel like you could make Amber and Rachel work without it being Amber doing all the work. Amber falls face ground, and when she gets out, the ground is a massive hole where Snoot pierced. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly how that works.
The joy I felt from having someone to play with, I felt it again, except this time I found one I could do my one-to-one friend. Oh, whoa. Going after them again, they weren't the only one to suffer injuries as we both went wild chasing after each other.
Why isn't the teacher telling you to stop? The second one of you lost an eyeball and, like, broke your niece. They should have stopped you.
We're so scratched up and dirty, the teacher sent us to the nurses. The two of us simply laughed it off. When it was we tweeted, it looks at the names. Rachel and Amber.
You're my friend now. Hold up. You know what? I need to look that one up. I love that guy's line. See if I can find it. I thought it was with a cat, right? Maybe I gotta find Know Your Meme. Ugh. Wait, this is from a show?
You want to know about Wayne? Then set up an.
Oh God, why is it when YouTube? Oh, that's the cat. That's the cat I was thinking of.
We're having soft tacos later.
Yay! Please repeat. Ugh, God, get out of here. Ugh. I love it. You're my friend though. We're having soft tacos. Yes.
You want to know about assertive reactor? It'll answer all your questions.
You're my friends now. We're having soft tacos later.
It makes me laugh every time. So cute. Fun. Okay, enough of the sad music. It's now happy time. Let me see if I can find that stupid happy song there. Ding, 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 ding. God, I hate this song. It's so sappy. Fun times were had all that day at school. Nothing could stop the two of us as we paired up as much as possible. Even when the activities were individual, we could hardly be separated. They had to get out the jaws of life. Eventually, the school day came to an end. It was time for our parents to pick everybody up. That's called kidnapping. Parents have only so many children. Unless you're in one of those fucked up Mormon communities. This entire school is one woman's kids. Amber and I waited in the classroom for our respective families. She wanted to talk about her mom and dad, and I would talk of my dad. Soon enough, a human and a bigger light blue dinosaur with wings walked in. Daddy! Mommy! Amber ran over to the pair and they embraced. She hurriedly called me over so that I could meet them. Mom and father. This is Rachel. She is my new friend. They turned to look at me, giving me sweet smiles all the while. Nice to meet you, Rachel. I'm Lucy, Amber's mom, and this is her dad, Anon. Some people say Anon, but I don't want to be too Anon about that. Oh, for fuck's sake, don't ever say that again. She gestures over to the human next to her.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Once introductions were... Oh, wait. Oh, that's probably her saying this.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Once introduction over, I turned over to Amber, thrilled for my own reasons.
Your mom and dad are so cool, Amber. Wait until you get to meet my dad. He's even cooler.
My words made Amber excited with anticipation. The excitement just cut short, however, as the teacher walked over to me. Rachel, your father just called in. He said he's going to be late, so you're going to have to wait for him. I could feel my world shatter as my spirit took a nosedive into the ground. I just gotten to Amber. Look forward. I was meeting him. This is happening today. Well, he says he's going to be late. It's going to be very, very, very late. Light blue, cinema's gray. I think Fang is a shade of green, actually. My dad can be your dad. Rachel, that's not good for a first meeting. I froze up, desperately thinking of what to do. Amber had shown her parents to me, but I couldn't show her. Why are you describing this in such a weird way? Like, I get that as a kid that makes sense, but when you grow up, you're like, I was such a goofball. Tears had started forming in my eyes. The thought of disappointing Amber after having done so much to get it. I can't believe she broke up because my parents sucked. My words were getting caught in my throat, and ultimately my frustration. Hold up, we gotta get the sad song back. Oh my fucking god. And on this very strong boat, he can survive multiple beatings per day. Oh. Oh. What's going on to this? Amber could only look in disheartened confusion, unsure what to do. It was until the mom approached that I calmed down. There, sweetie, everything's going to be okay. I looked up at her. She had beautiful orange eyes, like oranges. Nana machine told them, it's why Fang likes him. No. Are you people like this? I think it's this one, right? Yeah. I kind of want to move this one up a little bit. Because it gets in the way of things a lot. She kept comforting me, hugging me. It was a warmth like I never felt before. I just stuck into that feeling soon enough I stopped crying. It feels a little inappropriate. Lucy, you just met this kid. You haven't even talked to their parents. You can just start hugging them. That feels weird. Now it's time for the durability test. Can Rachel survive my mom hugs? Still holding on to me, she talked back to me. Rachel, dear, would you like to come over to our house? Our house. In the middle of the room. Our house. I'm losing my mind. Where were we? Skip covered even hug me. It was more like if you don't want to, you don't have to. I can't say what I be left alone. Oh no, that's her saying it. I wanna go. Anyway, small crew, they went over. So what? Okay, now putting all the jokes aside, right? What the fuck is this chapter? Rachel does not appear in the actual story so far. She showed up like once to indicate that Amber has a life outside of the environment she exists in, right? Like, Rachel is background decor for Amber's character. Why the fuck are we talking about them meeting in first grade? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, none of this matters to anything. Like, I doubt Amber even gives a shit. She's like 15, man. She doesn't care about what she did when she was 5. Like, the whole point of, like, her missing Rachel is like, fair, but you don't need this. This is not a useful scene for that. This should be, like, the summer before she goes to high school, right? The summer before she goes to fucking high school. And she's worried she has to go to a different high school. You know, something fucking recent that makes sense for the. God damn it. Fuck. Wasted opportunities. Go to hell. Oh, because technically we're in a flashback. I would like to point out we're in a flash forward in a flashback, and what technically qualifies as also a flashback. It's super fucking goofy. Mr. Moose's glass, huh? Jesus Christ. I'm running out of steam. I need to. I listen. I know it's for ferret, but I'm gonna need some of that ferrozine, ferrivite. It's like ferret gasoline, delicious and nutritious for ferrets. I've been told. Maybe it can do me some good too. Thank you, Fred, for living. Just kiss already. Everyone wants to make out with Amber. Man, I wish I had that picture of like, I think it's Fang and Naomi like making out, and it's super sloppy, and it's like goofy cartoon art. It's great. You need to wait to include Amber in the plot without Anon getting indicted by the FBI. Saving her friend's mom is something. Yeah, but I know about the grandfather paradox, but he saved my mom. What the fuck? She was supposed to be dead. Awfully bent on fate and stuff. Why wouldn't I be? You'll always be my best friend. Jesus Christ! What a crummy chapter. Not a great chapter. I'm not really sold on this one. What? Oh, get that out of here. What even is this? That's my media player. That doesn't help anyone. Comments. There's two. Peak as usual, but Destiny continues. I don't know, man. I feel like this chapter didn't do anything. I don't get it. I feel like it's a lot of work for nothing. Like, it, sure, fair, it does something, but like none of this actually helps in what we're doing right now. Like, for fuck's sake, just write the future fic. Write them in the future, okay? Have these characters exist in the year of our Lord, 2040, whatever. Talk about what changed since the present. You know? Like, I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot by not writing, or by not letting the future be the future. Like, what changed, right? 2044, there we go. So, what's different in 2044? What changed for Amber and Rachel? How common is it for girls to start smooching? Come on, I need to know. All of which is to say, that chapter could have just not been there and nothing really changes. And as a wise man once said, those are the worst. Not really, though. Anyway, our next chapter involves Nasser apparently being given a trumpet. We need an old Chinese man to tell him you lack focus. Oh my god. Gosh. Take a minute. Take a minute. Huh. Man, I'm tired, and I got so much left to do today. I'm just a little tired. I just want to go to bed and get some sleep. All right. I think I'm gonna go and get it. Okay, let's see. In Oblivion, the castle steward in Breville has her home coded as a house in Bruma. To city after across the map. Every day she walks back and forth until she perishes. Wait. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm looking this up. I don't believe this. I don't believe you. You're nothing but lies. Castle Breville. All right, who's slumming it up in there? There we go. What? Hold up. That wasn't a lie? You were telling the truth? And nothing. What the fuck? According to the target data for her midday AI package, she is supposed to attend Regulus Terentius in the north wing of Castle Breville's private quarters between 8 a.m. and midday. In fact, the location data tells her to head to Bruma Castle in that time, which is why she suddenly leaves town. This often results in her dying in the wilderness? What? She just gets murdered? Holy. That's so sad. She doesn't appear to be involved in any quests, so at least that's not a big loss. But what a fucked up thing. Jesus, I can't believe she fucking died. Oh my god. Man, in the remaster, her shirt is supposed to be like silk or felt or something. Like, it's supposed to be that satiny material that has like the coarseness to it and has the weird highlights because of... But in the remaster, it's just cotton. Ew, gross, disgusting. Get out of here. Don't know if I like the new design. I mean, to be honest, it might just be... It's a bit into what it was. The remaster took away my hairdos that look like dollops of Colgate. She walks out and dies in the crossfire in the Goblin class, which is a real mechanic. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a Goblin clan war. Gosh, so fucked up. Words cannot express my desire. Okay, okay. So what's the next chapter looking like? I got something at 50 minutes. Is that a tight thing? I gotta be the right way, but well, we can't slouch, okay? I'm gonna go get something to put some pep in my step, and then we'll put it to work. No slouch and no solution. Ugh. Colombian marching powder. Are you a bad enough dude to watch this stream? If not, get out of here! I don't want to hear from you again. You don't belong here. I only want people that are bad enough dudes. I can't believe that Oblivion's UESP has all the jailers on one page. These people deserve better. They put on their best performances and roles. Oh, my hands are a little slimy. Ugh, give me a moment, give me a moment. I need to de-slime my hands. Pretty sure that intermission was a setup to either M for saving or Mom or Izuno also getting Isekai. So I don't know when I stopped reading this, but I know it was at least about 20-ish chapters in. And I don't think Izana shows up. And Amber also does not save Sienna's mom. She might save Sienna, but if Sienna is the mom, she dies in childbirth, which is going to take some time before Amber can help with that, so suffice to say, if any of that is the case, it's a hell of a drug. The week passes by, leading into Saturday. My alarm goes off, which has been set to trigger an hour before Sienna arrives, which is around 9 on Saturdays. Why don't you just say on 9 today? Why can't you just say the week passes by and then have this be the thing, the closest in on Saturday? You don't have to make those two separate statements. As much as I would love to laze around on bed this into the late morning, I mentioned that she would just wait around until I'm ready, which I don't want. Turning off the alarm, I get up and stretch my various appendages. The penis. Wings included. My bones crack into place. The penis bone. Causing me to sigh in relief. That's the stuff. With my stretches out of the way, I pick up my phone from my bed and head out towards the bathroom. Why do you have a phone? I thought you had an Elon Musk mind control chip. Grabbing a towel on the way. Surely getting Meta's super glass built into your brain meant that you could just browse the internet on your head, right? Scrolling through my notifications as I walk, I notice I have a text message. It's from Sienna. Opening it, I read its contents. I'm pretty sure it's contents plural. Also, Safi supplies the Oblivion's code is held together with duct tape and hopes and dreams are taught. I mean, there's a big difference, right, between it being goofy, weird stuff and they straight up make someone walk through the wilderness and die.
Good morning, Amber. Can't make it today. You're free to run by yourself, though. Smiley face.
Cheeky. I guess I'm already up. May as well spruce up. Going through my morning routine. Once I finished getting ready, I went downstairs for breakfast. Why is there a comma here? This is just a sentence. I don't see... So you're going through the morning routine, but once you finished getting ready, you went... This is bad line. Bad. Waggling my finger bad. We got Kitten Boy Wife. One of the three Christmas spirits. We have Senator of the Christmases you'd rather forget. We have Kitten Boy Wife of the Christmases you honestly would prefer to not know about, but you just can't live without them. Because they're just so wild sometimes. I guess that's also Senator. No, those aren't good Christmas spirits. I know that Aaron Nolan Beckett is like the Christmases that you forget about because they're perfectly fine and serviceable, and there's nothing special, so you forget about them. Because, you know, you're not agonized by the ghost. God, man, it's hard to make Christmas spirits that aren't just the past, present, and future without sounding a little mean. Well, you guys figure out what Christmas spirits you are. Don't forget Scary Dave belongs in there too. That's what makes it so difficult. Arriving in the kitchen, I spot Nasser thinking, "Morning, Amber. Weren't you going out with Sienna today?"
Oh, she had to cancel.
So, got nothing to do today. Answer Nasser, to which he nods in understanding and goes back to his food. To sacrifice several orphans make a compile. I take a seat myself. As Grandma sets down my breakfast in front of me. You're 15. Digging in, I make small talk with Nasser and Grandma to accompany me. My Christmas appearances are not forgettable, because they usually end up in the books on weird incantations. That's a fun logic. Hey, can you pronounce this character? Then you can summon a demon. That also isn't a demon, but demon is like the closest word we have for it. Kitten boy wife is the Christmas spirit of familial awkwardness. Hell yeah! Now that's a good one. So we have the Christmas we can't pronounce. The Christmas we'd rather forget. I guess Scary Dave is like the Christmas of plenty. The man always shows up with plenty of links. But those Christmases are not common, unfortunately. Doesn't show up as much as we'd want or wish. After a while, I notice Fang hasn't come down to eat, which they usually do around this time. Hey, is Fang okay? Aren't they going to have their breakfast? Oh, Fang? Well, they did. I left early today for school beautification. Nasser answers me with a pair of words sounding familiar to me. School beautification! I think I heard Rosa say that once before. Well, the thing is, beautification is technically one of those nights, but they couldn't figure out a way to make Sir fit into it. So, you know, it's a cut Falador night. Seeing my contemplation, Nasser took it on himself to clarify. Turns out that it's just another way of saying détachons. Sex to be forced to go to school on a weekend. As I start thinking about Fang's crimes, I start thinking on my own. Amber, don't commit crimes. Should I just go out and walk? I don't feel like staying home today, but I'm not one for aimlessly wandering. Say my name 3 times in the mirror, and you will find spoons with several holes. God damn it. My spoons! They now fit neatly onto a necklace. Hey, if you got nothing to do, would you want to hang out instead? I turn to look towards Nasser, who just offered... Oh, wait, it's Nasser. Hey, if you got nothing to do, would you... Nasser, you're... Oh, wait, Nasser's probably like 17. Yeah, Nasser's like a year younger, right? So yeah, he actually is a lot more, like, less weird if he hangs out with Amber. Even though he's in senior year. I mean, it's still awkward, but... Are you sure isn't Naomi coming over? Nah, she's got stuff to do today. Though if you don't hang, that's cool. I don't mind. Nasser said that last part dejectedly. Why would Nasser be dejected? You're 15! Almost as if he was used to getting brushed off with a kid or someone to spend time together. Nasser's popular though, so why does he think I'm gonna turn him down? Fang's crime include worm bothering, general flatulence, and worst of all, leering. I don't know why, but the term general flatulence just makes it so funny to me. Worm bothering. It's not specific flatulence. It's not having stinky fart. It's just in general. I'll dwell on that thought for a moment, ultimately deciding not to reach a conclusion. But I do take Nasser, but that would be nice, Nasser. He actually freezes up for a second to look at me. Wait, seriously? Yeah, why? Why wouldn't I be? Judging from his reaction, he genuinely thought I was going to turn him down. Genuinely. As he comes to realize that I'm fine spending time with him, the disbelief turns to surprise, which turns to subtle excitement. A small smile spreads across his beak. All right. Got a place you want to go to? You're very, very bad at this, Nasser. The snoot hardens. My snoot is stiffening. I then recalled that aside from the usual hangouts spots that persisted throughout the years, most of my favorite places don't exist yet. Yeah, until socialism took over America, like, the arcade sucks. So Nasser, did they already build the deathmatch arena? The what? Well, after socialism took over America, a whole bunch of weirdos made a deathmatch arena. For some reason, it just kind of took off from there. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that it doesn't exist yet. I mean, I know Fight Club, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna kick me if I say anything about it. I mean, it's kind of cute that like most of our hangout spots don't exist. That's fair. I decided to task Nas if you know of any good music shops in town. Well, there's Free Record Shop. Didn't they go out of business? They went out of business? Okay, hold up. I have to pause the recording real fast and look at some things. That's a warrior, so that's fine. Sorry, I have things to organize, and this means that, unfortunately, I'm going to turn this down so you can listen to the best song in the world! The best song in the West! You're free to finish booting up whenever suits you. God, every single fucking time, right, that I play this stupid ass fucking bullshit, it's always goddamn boom, 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 boom. It cracks me up. It makes me laugh. It makes me smile. Get out of here. Listen, get out of here, importer. I just need to look at some sheets. This is a wizard, and this is a seraph. So what do we got? We got Guardian, Seraph, Warrior. Ooh, I might have to tell him not to. I mean, he can, but that's... Man, this party's fucking lopsided as hell. We got a wizard, a warrior, and a seraph. What does a giant even get? Endurance, additional hit point. Treat any weapon as though it at melee range is very close. Oh, that's cute. You get a little range boost. It's nice to know I can apparently run my streaming software while I'm running this. Fucking god, I forgot! How old is this? 2015! It's 10 years old!
I'm gonna get my cane, sonny. I gotta go nice and slow.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. Cool. And now I can just close that and it should be fine. Cool. Sorry about that. Whew. I am terribly sorry about that, but sometimes things just work out that way. What do we get here? Can't even visit the mass grave. Dang. Miss gonna hang out with the tormented Kulak souls? Hey Nasser, is Purgatory open yet? I remember seeing Azuma Diryu fighting it. Get shit out of here. Shit, now I'm caught in other things. Listen, I got a good tip for you, right? If you ever do anything with your life, don't, for fuck's sake, if you can help it at all, don't ever answer questions when you're... Man, I want to know who even watches my videos, and if you like them, why are you so silly? Why are you such a silly Billy? Spellcasting trait, agility. Like, honestly, why do they even have a fucking concept of spellcasting trait in Daggerheart at all? Practically everyone gets one. My head hurts. Itches. Dude, what sets these people apart? Enough of that. Put that away, Safi. Focus. You've got a job to do. I'm genetically predisposed to the silly. My lips are dry. Take a guess what happens when you walk outside for a while and it's very cold. No, that doesn't make your lips dry. It's because I haven't drunk as much as I should. Where were we? Oh yeah, these guys are like, let's go do some stuff. He responds confidently, saying that he knows a shop that Fang likes to frequent, saying that must be good. With that settled, we finished our breakfast, cleaned up, and started to head out. But before we could cross the door, Grandma handed me a wad of cash, telling Nasser and me to have fun. Here you go, honey. Honey needs this to be whitewashed. Oh, God damn it. Daddy needs you to launder this, okay? What do you mean launder? Oh, well, you know, he just happens to find some money, and he would love it if someone other than him were to spend it. Oh, I get this. My dad says this all the time. What are you talking about? Yeah, whenever Dad says, gives you a lot of money and goes like, oh, don't worry about it, sweetie. They're from special friends, and those special friends would like for you to spend this money very quickly. Preferably at these stores. And I'm like, okay. And then I basically get some free stuff. I love drug money laundering. With a smile, she sees us off as we hop into the NASCAR and take off towards town. Now with a larger sum of money than what we initially had for this outing, we'll be restricted to small purchases of window shopping. Man, all of Amber's socialist utopian UBI money is useless now. Her bank account is blanked. After a while of driving, chess, but you've mistaken your opponent as Kasparov. Every time your opponent blunders a piece, you see it as a barbarian sacrifice, and are unable to take. Oh my God, that is such a nasty curse. Holy shit, that is such a mean curse, Senator. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. That's so dumb. Fine. Fuck you. I'm pinning it. Pin comment of the stream. Oh my God. Fuck you. After a while of driving, we reached the heart of the city, and a bit near the NASA parked in front of a particular shop. This is the place. What I could see from the display shop, it looks like a regular-ass music store. As we entered, we were greeted by the shopkeep. Welcome to the Stone Slab Emporium. What are you buying? He's a weird man in a cloak with a hood, and he's got his mouth covered. I guess he's practicing social distancing. Aye. But his posture, he's all slouched over, and he keeps jangling like he's got a bunch of AK-47s under his coat. Sure that whatever we were looking for, he's got it. Hello, we browse guitar and guitar accessories. Just looking around a bit. Stating that we were looking for, the shopkeep pointed to a specific aisle, saying that we were to find accessories just at the edit shop or guitar-related items. I've got good things for sale. We thank him and follow his directions, taking us deeper into the shop. God, I don't know all of his lines. Can someone please get me the script? Stone Slab Emporium. I don't know if that means anything. Like, if that's a reference or whatever. We thank him and follow us to the shop. We reach the aisle, started looking for the items we're interested in. While the guitar is fine, I like to have my own accessories other than use Fang's hand-me-down. When I was a young lad, I always thought bigger is always better. Then I grew up. And now he's better. Yay! If he grew up, that means that everything became relatively smaller. Poor man. Everything is smaller, therefore worse now. As I take my pick from the available selection, Nasser is simply behind me looking on. Making the choice to include him, I turn to him while holding a pair of small boxes, one in each hand. Which pick do you like better? Oh, wait. Yeah, which pick do you like better? My question comes as a surprise and seeing the man says, I don't know. But don't they all do the same thing? I shake my head at Nasser, leading him to an impromptu explanation about my part about the difference in guitar picks. Get out of here, nerd! Get this nerd out of here! Which is why there's so many variances to choose from. Finishing my lesson, Nasser says with now a slight understanding, having grasped the general gist of what I said. I never knew all that. His answer concerns me, as Nasser has, His answer confounds me, as Nasser has, whom I consider to be a first-rate musician for a sibling. Oh, that's a really odd way to put that. Why don't you just say, as Nasser has a first-rate musician as a sibling? Although I guess it's just a little too much stacking, in the bad way. Hasn't the family been playing music since they were really young? Has the topic never come up before? I think I can remember having talked about something like that before, but it's been so long that it's all hazy. There's a hint of regret to his voice, so almost like if he was beating himself up for having forgotten. But it's not like I wasn't interested, though. It's what Fang likes to do, so, of course, I want to get to know about it. Having covered himself, Nasser exhales, looking as though he's prepping himself to get something out of his chest. I tried to learn alongside Fang, but I could never keep up with them. They just kept getting better and better, leaving me behind. Since I don't have a knack for playing instruments like them, I dropped it. But even as I stopped playing, I would still listen to them talk about music. Granted, I didn't really understand much of it. With a melancholic air around him, he continued. When it came to music, Fang was the one to explain through feeling rather than theory. So when we got to the end of middle school, I'd often just end up confused, which constantly led to Fang getting irritated at me. By the time I started high school, they stopped bothering me with it entirely. I frowned, having listened to Nas's story. The silence hung in the air, thick and suffocating, electric and sharp, as we both struggled to break the awkwardness that surrounded us. Someone's good with guitar, piano. Settle and try to play. What if? That's it. What? Looking at Nas with a smile on my face. So he tried the guitar and the piano? He answered affirmative, though his voice suggested that he didn't quite know what I was getting at. His smile will shift into my smile shifts into a smirk as it falls in place. Gotcha. Well, lucky for you, Nasser, you're no longer the little kid you once were. Well, isn't that obvious? Of course I've grown up. Nasser's still clueless to my intentions. I start to make my next play. So, it just so happens that you're a member of the track team, isn't that right? What does track have to do with music? Oh, Nasser, it has everything to do. Having trained to the point that you are now one of the star runners of the team, surely your lung capacity is phenomenal. Actually, my running is mostly anaerobic, so, breathing is not that big of a part of it. You do know that a lot of running can be done anaerobically, right? What? Yeah, I don't really breathe during much of my sprints. I know it's a bit weird, but, there's ways to do it. Make the streamer drink powdered milk mixes. Do you want to kill me? Just give Nasa the trumpet already. Wanted to play. Hold up. If you're gonna say shit like that, we're bringing up the dude skeleton. Go to heck. Okay? You can go straight to heck. There you go. You've just been doing it. I win. I win. You lose. Moving on with our lives. Why Fang is getting tired of dealing with Nasser. Be nice. My slight criticism of that sort of side until I thought, Nasser, I believe you should play the trumpet. The trumpet? What for? I'm not good with music. I prefer the saxophone. I asked the colonic. Just shove it up my ass. It'll be fine. Seeing they still too hung up on the previous failure of learning an instrument, I back on my claim. So I should at least give it a shot since you never tried it before. You reluctantly agreed after a lot of pleading on my part. Then before we could start getting cold feet, I'd dash over to the cat to ask shopkeeper if there was a demonstration trumpet we could borrow. Beep beep. Hold up, we need this ready for when Oscar does it. So, he nods, to which he goes to a nearby room and digs out a trumpet case. Inside the trumpet, accompanied by a full set of cleaning utilities as well as various mouthpieces. Ooh, that's a fine trumpet. Thank you, Jim. I rushed back to Nasser before leading him out of the aisle towards a small table with a pear chairs. Don't marry your fucking uncle. I opened the case, revealing the trumpet in its brashy sheen to Nasser. I take it out and set it on the table, after which I take out the cleaning utilities. I give Nasser a short demonstration of cleaning the trumpet and its parts, mainly the mouthpieces. Once that's done, I pick up the trumpet to his beak. There's an act of playing these things with a beak, without a specialized mouthpiece. Oh my god, they actually bothered to think about it. Adjusting the mouthpiece in a particular manner so that the air couldn't escape. I blew it to test it out. Thank you. A single note resounds through the air. Perfect. I clean the mouthpiece and hand the trumpet to Nasser. Just kiss him already. That's how they give it to test it out. He nervously brought the trumpet to beak and copied the way in which he positioned it. He sucks in the air before locking in his form and blowing through the trumpet. Thank you, Nasser. Trumpet that one-shots everything. You bend cloggers. No, that would be fermented green apple flavored pops. No. I stifle a laugh, but I'm unable to the sudden exhale. Amber, come on, don't laugh. Nasser's now looking considerably distraught. For me, near 11 breath. Sorry, I'm good now. Nasser looks at me seriously, obviously bothered. I told you, I'm not cut out for playing music. No, there's just your first note here, try this. For Nasser could put the trumpet down, and I started directing him to play various notes. His first few times were shaky, but ultimately kept improving with each one. After guiding him a bit, his notes were pretty solid. Moving on to the next step, I told him to play a couple of select notes over again. Oh my god. Amber, you can't just own music in the auditorium and music class and then make Nasser a musician. You're changing the future, you dumb idiot. Why isn't your fucking little gooball telling you to stop? Trumpet cover of Cruel Angel's thesis. Listen, if I could get Cruel Angel in dude form, I would fucking shit a brick. Dude. Man, that'd be so terrible. I think I'll die. Anyway, basically Amber is giving him a sousaphone. So I'm pretty good. I didn't say as much as I thought I was looking at the secret, blah blah blah. You're great, Nasser. Just go play. Music goes in your family, doesn't it? Guess music flows in the family, don't it? A girl looks just like you. Lulu, as I know her. I remember she used to ask about my fine guitars before making up her mind. I got a good sense of... I could tell she's got a good sense of music just from that. You want to... Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck you. I'm putting it on. I have to find it first, though. Knee deep in dude. Oh my god. I hate you, man. I hate you so much. And I hope that you take that to your grave. Glorious! Anyway, information about losing music. As we paid for it, we left the stores and the rates goodbye. Come again. Nasser's still pretty much astonished. Didn't think I'd learn about music and things so much in a simple day. I guess that goes to show that it's never too late to start caring again. Nasser's expression shifts to a pleased one as he nods in agreement. Nasser looks at the time, so, well, it's rather early. Want to go somewhere else? Take it over from him. Oh, going to the park. I suggest a race would be fun. Is he conveniently forgetting that he's a track star runner? He's not Homestar runner. Shut up. God dang skeleton. He's bullying me. Before we call the worst, says, we're getting faster already. Is she... I'm gonna wait for the song to finish before I give my disappointment a little breathing room, because I am actually genuinely disappointed at what happens here. But until then, you get to enjoy this beautiful song. I would like to point out that this particular version also featured like a little skeleton like dancing on the ground on the screen, which is like everything you need to truly enjoy a song like this. How can you shoot demons without demon shooting music? This thing has almost 9 million views. Enough of that. Yeah. Apparently Amber just casually beats Nasser. So Nasser is taller and considered a track star. And fucking Amber, who has been practicing for like a couple of weeks, is younger than him, is shorter than him. Oh my. Is anyone keeping track of all of Amber's character traits? Can you just add Amber's also a star athlete, apparently? Just add that she's an Olympic runner in there. You know? Just another humble, modest trait for the character. Jesus fucking Christ. No, it said that Amber is shorter than Fang, so she's probably shorter than Nasser too. Legs included. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you could kind of go... Like, I think the idea is, like, she knows how to duck and weave around crowds. But fuck off! Amber is nice. She has social skills. She doesn't need to be physically adept, okay? Like, half the point is that a tiny goo ball can exert force over her body and force her to comply. And I'm paid for a designer baby. Well, it's there at 2044, I guess. He might have. See, there was a doctor before. She almost seemed distant, like she was close anyway. Why is Sienna exactly like Rachel? Why is history repeating itself? Is Rachel gonna die in childbirth too? What the fuck? I like how Amber just meets two women who have the exact same autism problem. Right down to running. But Amber can keep... Oh man, we're the super cool, elite, majestic super runner species. No one can run faster than us except for this fucking winged fucker! You have wings! Why would you run faster? You literally have reduced... You have increased drag. Reduced aerodynamics. Oh my fucking god. Oh, it's so dumb. At least Anon got his fucking designer baby, I guess. And there's Tracy. Hey, kids. Interested in a couple of dogs after that mad dash of yours? The vendors and orange dinosaurs. Everyone knows this lady. And of course, Amber's like, oh my gosh, Tracy is so good at hot dogs. Hey everyone, you love Tracy, right? Tracy's so good at hot dogs. Tracy's good at hot dogs. Tracy's good at hot dogs. She's so good at them. Cameo character, she's so good at hot dogs, and Amber can tell. Now's not the time, motherfucker. Having finished eating, let me see what's out of the bench. He's saying at me. Jesus fucking Christ, Nasser, you're 17 to 18. She's 15. I mean, I guess she's family and he's alone. He's a little loner boy. I can imagine that you can make the argument that Naomi was kind of isolating him. I would prefer if we went with that kind of angle. Just to give it a little more depth. Like, clearly people like him to some extent because he helps out. He's class president and all that. I feel like you could kind of work that angle in. Like, yes, people like him, but no one's allowed to approach him. Today was very fun. Final vacation, so tired. Tracy can be a plot point when her game comes out. She has a fucking game now? I don't want to kiss a woman who has lips that are made of hot dog. I just want a hot dog. That's I tell Nasser that fact school should go pick it to the good idea. Come on, Nasser, it's good. Then tearing up the inside of my car. Come on, Nasser, we're picking him up. Your relationship is gonna get... Listen, Amber, sometimes you gotta let those social links cool down a little bit. She's originally from a game before Snoot. What the hell? Listen, I would like to clarify that my upsetness is not that Tracy is in this. It's more that I feel like by the time Amber shows up, Tracy's almost certainly retired from the hot dog gig. Like, you don't do that when you're in your 40s. Or 50s, even. Or she wouldn't recognize her, at least. I feel like you could do more with that if you really wanted to go that direction. But I prefer the angle that she just doesn't know. Like, someone else has taken this spot. You could... the fact that it's just going and playing Tracy straight is a bit meh. How the fuck would Amber know what hot dog stuff looks like? Add ability to identify masterful hot dogging to the list. Yes, I know. The double entendre. And yes, include it anyway. It'll be funny when someone finds the list without context. Oh, I think that's bolted. Again, bolting in this is fucking shit. You can barely tell in dark mode. Anyway, Fang's waiting. I'm not riding with it. Oh, shit. My expression becomes deadpan. Why aren't you shocked? Why aren't you shocked that your mom is an asshole? Let's be clear. We just had a flashback where Lucy is this super nice, super cool mom who is like comforting Rachel. So you'd think she'd be like, what the fuck? How could you say that to your brother? I feel like, again, the word retard and everything, that Amber would have a stronger reaction to this. That isn't deadpan like it's a fucking comedy skit. With my displeasure rising by the second. Be shocked. Be disgusted. Be just completely out of it that your mom is like this. Have a fucking emotion that's not snarky in some way. Like this sassy-ass Wheaton bullshit, where it's like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. There around me changed, my wings suddenly rustled in agitation. You're 15! Fang doesn't give a shit. You're also smaller. Ugh, women, am I right, gamers? Isn't like a decade or two between Snoot and Teen Amber. Amber goes to high school, so she's 15 in 2044, which means she is a kid from 2029, I think. Yeah, right? So yeah, Amber is born about 9 years after after Snoot game, according to this fic. So 2.5 decades. My silent anger is enough to convince... So, add underneath hot dogging expertise, add to Amber's character sheet the capacity to intimidate someone older and taller than her, who is also a sassy asshole. Jesus Christ, Amber. Like, I'm fine if she has social skills, but she has now incredible social skills on top of everything else. Fuck you. Then you gotta replicate mom's anger. Ha! You're 15! Also, you keep saying that Fang is your mom! How can you mom-intimidate your own mom? Amber is so low-level, like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's exactly it. Like, grandfather paradox much? Having cooled down, I tell Fang you could lure ticket too. The kazoo. Oh, we're done. So seriously, so we had an ending one scare, and now it's like, oh my god, I'm kind of pissed off right now. Okay, I need to. So the next chapter is apparently Anon, and it's a really short one. Um, shall we do that? Like as a palate cleanser? Uh. Man, my lips are dry again. It's been a little more than 2 weeks since I started going to Volcano High, and my plans to lay low and get by unnoticed have crashed and burned horribly. First, the whole concert thing on my first day, which was my first meeting with Fang and her friends. Going there was more trouble than it was worth, seeing how anybody that went that day became a potential target to that purple menace. Not ending there, the next day I was being introduced to someone who was pretty much a smaller version of Fang. I said they were also new to school, but it was their first year. I thought I wouldn't act with any further than that wave. We gave each other in Spears' office, and I would have stayed like that if it wasn't for that walking person, but that's not where karma goes. Thankfully, aside from the brush with Nasser's pants-shitting wrath, it didn't go anywhere. Though I was only swapping between pterosaurs, it turned out that I was in Fang's science class as well as becoming their science partner, leading to Trish hounding me during math class, which then led to me accidentally switching back to the Reed with mine, which had a new Saturnia book inside of it. And while Reed had the makings of a meth lab in his, he wasn't as bothered as me when it came to him potentially finding Saturnia. That lunchtime wasn't as bad as it could have been, as Amber joined us, from how she carried herself. She seemed a little reserved and had this air around her that I knew too well. The one of a loner, which made me warm up to her a bit as she talked about herself. When we got to the topic of the band's music, where I thankfully wasn't the only one who thought it sounded like hell's garbage, grew a mouth and started to scream. Funny thing is, solo leveling has a decent amount of balance of character power and challenges until some gets to that shut down night girl. Then he's just too OP. You know, but Kitten Boy Wife just said it's not about, as long as Adol doesn't say he's getting smitten with her, he's just talking about Amber a lot. Then those fuckers suddenly left me to deal with Naoma on my own. Thanks, guys! That aside, everything stayed normal for a couple of days. It wasn't until the practice session. Fang and I had bet that their music would sound better with a guitar. So they took me to the auditorium to prove me wrong. A fat good that it did it, because I was right. It's just $10 of my life. Of what I did not expect at the performance that followed. With Amber taking the lead, I heard the band play again minus Trish. I was so impressed that at what they managed to pull off that I honestly found myself clapping afterwards. And then everyone clapped! Then that I saw something that made me feel something hadn't before. Amber smiled. Jesus Christ, just kiss already! I don't know how to put it to words, but I felt strangely warm. Seeing us surrounded by an overjoyed Fang and Reed only amplified it. It was as if as long as she was happy, I was happy. Again, oh my god, how does this make sense? Oh my, I'm so fucked up. It made me grow awfully fond of her, despite barely having had a chance to see her. Days passed over and the feeling soon went away, which sucked slightly, leading me back to my usual attitude. I think that was the only time I'd experienced that. I've been proven wrong as Amber managed to squeeze into Mrs. Dingo's music class. Ugh. Is it me, or is that family just prone to hanging out around me? Jesus. Isn't it kind of weird that, like, his dad sense only kicks in when Amber's happy? It's kind of fucked up. Still, though, thanks to Amber and Fang, I managed to finish that day's assignment in time, even as they ganged up on me. I came crumbling down as Fang started to pry about when I changed schools. My anxiety got the better of me, and my brain reached conclusions without even to back it up. And that led me to peeking through Fang's phone. Oh, he did it. As they took Amber to the restroom. After she looked like she was going to hurl. But after I was done, I could only feel a pit in my stomach. Regret. Just invaded someone's privacy thanks to my paranoia. Just not a secret to the I mean, the point is it's hypocrisy. It's ironic. The only good thing that happened afterwards was seeing Amber play the piano. It was another great display, and the warm feeling returned again. I only love my daughter when she's good. If my daughter fucks up, I will strangle her to death and drown her in the river. But it conflicted with the shame I was feeling. It didn't stop me from congratulating Amber, however. I didn't know what it was, but I felt connected to Amber and by extension Fang. It was surreal, which led to me today being forced to do slave labor at school at the orders of the head of the gardening club, Rosa. It was fine at first, but I fucked up colossally. Fang learned that I was there that day at the concert just as they were taking a liking to me. I came clean. I confessed that I was there and that I was sorry. Deep down, I didn't want Fang to stray away from me because I knew that Amber would follow. Let me repeat that for you. He did it because he was worried that Amber would follow suit. This man is kind of implying that his marriage with Fang is only because of Amber. Like, his future marriage with Lucy is a poisoned one. And oh my god, could you not write like a fucking idiot? Jesus fucking Christ. Shouldn't Anon have some sympathy for Amber? You know, like they're both losers, so like oh my god, it's like, you're this close to not making it sound like Amber wants to fuck, like Anon wants to fuck Amber, right? You're this close to writing it like that. You're this close to making him sound like a fun dad or a cool dad or a nice guy. But you manage to pick every answer that makes him look like a creep, a weirdo, or a horrible dad. Only look at him with disgust and disappointment. Part of me thought that would be fine. I got to be alone as I originally wanted, but another didn't want them to leave me alone. The two were at odds with one another, making me feel lost and hopeless. But as it was looking like it was all over, Fang came over to forgive me. Relief washed over my body, till it made me fall to my knees thanks to the painstaking, grueling labor of gardening. I can even say the extra time Rosa dealt me for ruining her flowers. Even as my body ached all over, the satisfaction of having made up to Fang as well as admiring my hard work make it worth it. Satisfied, I got home and rested for the first time in a while. So, like, I'm okay with this chapter existing because, like, making sure that we know what the timeline is doing is fine, but, like, what the fuck, man? Whatever that fate thing is, I hope it will cease Anon from having feelings for the wrong tarot, although I thought it might kind of happen. I appreciate H3 Erman is kind of agreeing that it does kind of sound like Anon wants to fuck his daughter. Or is a terrible dad. Now I'm just going to need a new freshman protector. 300-volt cattle prod. Man, Amber is so cool, and she spoke to me at least 3 times. So I could definitely see me spending the rest of my life with her. Left Anon alone to deal with Naomi. No more route on. Oh my god. I'm sick and tired of this fucking shit, man. You know, there's really only one thing that can cheer me up. Well, that. Man, can I find that cute little... No. I just want the little... Here we go! Thank you, Mario. It does not have closed captions! Wait, so Numer's plan is to hook up Anon and Fong to fix her. Then Amvea comes into the picture. When Numer be upset or something about it. Yeah, it does feel a little bit. I think I'm just done, man. I think I'm just done. I'm just done for today. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, Rings. I'm done. Dunzo kabunzo. Just annoyed and upset. See you guys next week. I got so much left to do today. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Is it so hard to write the stories? And now we got an extra story, The Whims of Fate. I would like to point out that the last one chapter out of 4 has been like a has been like an actual. Oh God, doing the Broly run and then the fic. God, please, I'm gonna go to bed.